Oh, Chubbicorn.
Hello, I'm Mistersaintamant, and I'm going to show you how to draw a variety of wizard action poses. So first I will show you the character we'll be drawing. He has a pretty round head and no neck and kind of a pear-shaped body with legs, no feet, and then we'll have arms that extend just past the waist. So a very simple character, just you guys can adapt this however you like. And then we have the center line for the eyes and center of the face. So the first pose is going to be a meditative pose where this magical character, wizard, is doing, it could be like a defensive maneuver where they're just relaxing or focusing so much of their energy that they create some like mythical barrier. So it's kind of like a yoga pose going on here. So I have that first leg and then draw the other foot, but then I realize looks like the top foot is a bit short. So I'm going to extend it out and then just clean that up a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay, so you see we have like crisscross applesauce going on, and then the arms are going to come out almost like again a meditative pose. And then his head will be down and eyes closed, just to show how much focus is happening. And then you can add, just make this character look like they're hovering, so maybe add a shadow, so they're levitating off the ground, and then even like maybe some magical aura or barrier. So this could be used, just a normal pose turned into something magic. The next one is a classic. This is the Hadoken pose, so shooting out a fireball, Street Fighter style. So we have the gesture line, you saw that kind of sweeping line that goes down, and then I'm drawing a bent leg, and then I'll draw a back leg. And then arms thrust forward, one hand up, and then the arm and back, the hand is down. So it creates like this cupped, like, I don't know, like a bazooka or something kind of shape with their hands. Intense pose or intense expression on the face, and then a fireball shooting out of the front or whatever. And then I realized that the back leg is too long, so I need to change that up. Make sure that the leg in front goes lower on your picture plane. That'll give it more of a 3D illusion. Okay, the next one is going to be a wizard leaning forward, or actually like hunching over a little bit. Actually, I'll change that up. Draw a better gesture line there. So yeah, a little bit of a slouch. This wizard has a staff and is holding it out to blast the other wizard with his elemental power. So I have the hands in position, drawing the profile of the face, and then we'll draw some bent legs, as if like the power of the staff requires the wizard to kind of brace himself a little bit. And then we'll draw the staff across the hands. Now you notice I'm drawing through the hands. You always want to draw through the form, because if you don't, it looks disconnected. So like now the staff is a solid line, and then I can add an intense face. And one thing I want to point out is make sure that your leg that's in front is deliberately drawn in front. So like erase, like for example, this last Hadoken pose, I erased that line of the torso to make that leg stand out in front. Same thing here. I'm going to erase the line of the torso to make sure the leg pops out. So we have one leg in front, one leg in back. It just gives more dimension to the character. The next pose will be a wizard proudly hoisting up the magic staff into the air, and this can be a pose used for defense or maybe illuminating a cave or something. So we have the gesture line, the arms. I drew the arms like as little sticks for now, just to make sure I know where I want this pose to go. And then I'll draw the back leg along the bottom of the gesture line. So we have the character that one arm is down and then one arm is hoisting the staff into the air. And I drew a little balled up fist. And the character will be looking up to the sky. So it's a confident, happy pose. And And then you can draw like, a little expression, he's really happy. And then maybe like an aura of light or some magic coming off the front of the magical staff. Okay, this one is going to be like a summoning wizard. So arched gesture line, you can see how torso is going to be on that initial curve, and then I'll draw the back leg, or actually the leg in front, along that straight line, and then bent leg there. So a really intense, posture with the spine and the hips and the feet, or the legs. And then we have the arms coming up, as if the character is lifting something from the ground. This could be like a, elemental pulling up some rocks or something, but in this case, I'm just making the character summoning either a magical force, explosion, whatever you want. One of my wizards, Cupcake Wizard, will summon creatures like this, but they're always derpy and harmless. So I just drew some, explosion or something. You can fill that out if you want. And there you go. Next is going to be a Jedi pose. So this is like kind of casual Jedi holding his arm back and using the Force to blast back some stormtroopers or whatever. So have a gesture line and then the arm coming out. And then we have the other arm just kind of holding a fist in the back, and then front leg bent, back leg straight. I noticed that my proportions of my arm are wrong. You want to make sure that your forearm and your upper arm are equal length. So from the shoulder to the elbow is the same length as the elbow to the wrist. And then we have the profile, and then we have, it's like a 3/4 view, looks like. This character is just casually using the Force. Okay, this next one is like a kind of a villainous looking pose. The character has a bit of a sway to the gesture line. His torso is tilting to the left, and then that leg is kind of curving back to the right. And the other leg is going to be foreshortened. So bent, the lower leg is turned away from us. So you can see it looks shorter, but it's just being foreshortened. And then I don't know what I was doing here. I'm just drawing like, the head is kind of messy. I'm going to have to clean that up. But then the arms are like fists. They're balled up. And then we have some magical fire, some element that is emanating from the fists. So this character is possibly, most likely levitating, just because of there's not a lot of weight on the legs. The legs are kind of dangling down below, so the character's probably flying and summoning some flames or something, some magic around their fists, and then a very stern expression. Okay, this last one, you're gonna miss some of the pose here, but I'll move the camera when I'm done, just because my camera is positioned so you can't see the whole thing. But we have this character is gonna be blasting magic down. So this is like if the character is retreating from an intense melee fight where he's surrounded by enemies, maybe by leaping into the air, he can blast magic down and dodge, some of the attack. So we have one leg bent coming towards us, and I just decided to make the other leg straight out. So kicking one leg out and then looking straight down toward the target. And we have arms straight down, cleaning up that a little bit. And then I'll go ahead and move the camera down here for you. Alright, so you can see how it's just kind of blasting some magic down. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram too.